Welcome back. You're still watching the show 16 for 16, where we're discussing 16 multi-bag ideas for the year 2016. Prakash, you go next.
Yeah, so I couldn't keep logistics out of the whole picture because that seems to be the darling of investors today. But what I did is tried looking beyond the regular names that we see. And
actually, before you take the name, our audience is here. I haven't heard of it. How many of you have heard the name Chartered Logistics? Okay, only 3 or 4%. Okay, let's say 5%. And that's the name that Prakash is going to take.
Exactly.
It's really interesting, Prakash.
Very surprising that there's a company which is so robust in terms of its business operation. It has a swagger that you can make out from whether you look at a website, whether you meet the management. They have this, go for it attitude. It's half of the market cap of VRL, but gets a multiple which is 1/3 of what VRL gets. Okay. For no fault of it, just because it's not known. It's Ahmedabad based, headquartered, and they're extremely strong with corporate relationships. They've been serving only corporates primarily, the cement companies, so be it Heidelberg, Grasim, Gujarat Siddhi, Ambuja, all of them. And of course, a lot of other names like Reliance, IOL, Hindalco, all these bulk, companies which make a lot of bulk transportation needs to arise. Chartered Logistics also has upgraded its fleet. They did a tactical error last year, Anuj, where they upgraded the entire fleet rather than doing it in a staggered way. So they had a little bit of a top-line issue, which is kind of taking, the last 2 quarters reflect very clear indication that they've got over that. And we spoke to people who supply to them, as part of the fleet. So Tata Motors was one of the largest beneficiaries of their purchases. And they're extremely charged up because their expansion plans go all the way to 2020. And they'll probably become one of the largest in the country in terms of number of vehicles on ownership. They also have investments into JK Tyres. They own the franchise. They're CNF agents for Western India. They have Reliance Petroleum, IOL dealerships all across. So great revenue flow that the company gets. And if GST happens, doesn't happen, whenever it happens, irrespective of that, they are very bullish about the kind of earnings that they would kind of throw up. So my sense is if you're looking at logistics as a good sweet spot, but don't end up buying it, on day one, whatever appetite you have, because this could be a stock that could see a little bit of volatility as well. I was surprised to see the volatility.
What's the market cap?
It's about 200 crores.
Okay.
Yeah. So
sure.
You could kind of accumulate that over a period of time and hold it for the long term. I'm sure it'll reward you well.
Okay. Now, Porinju, if you ask someone how to destroy wealth, the last example was Unitech, right, from the highs. You'll say NCR-based real estate company. And that's what you're actually choosing now.
Yes.
From the positive side. So why Anantraj?
Yeah, this Anantraj is a company, again, a non-performer in my portfolio. But it doesn't matter, it happens when you pick 10 stocks, 1 or 2 may not perform. I expect 2016 to be really a turnaround generally for the real estate companies, not on the real estate prices. And Anantraj is a company quoting at around 1,200 crores market cap today. It is the largest landowner in Delhi. And they have totally all prime locations, some 1,200 acres of land bank. Around 5 million square feet of ready to occupy commercial space. 45% of that is already leased out. And it's a very rich company, and it has got a solid assets, maybe worth over 15,000 crores kind of a valuation today. You can own this company 1,200 crores market cap and around 1,000 crores of debt. I think this 2016 will be a major turnaround for this company in particular, and for the industry in general. Some real estate companies in Mumbai also, I am really liking those. I was a bit early in identifying real estate companies, so that is perhaps the reason the stock has not moved, but I am not frustrated again. 1 year is okay, and I feel good times are going to be there for this company. I think this can give maybe 60-80% kind of a return in the next 1 year, but more importantly, this can be a multi-bagger going forward.
Okay.
And because many opportunities are opening up within the sector, like low-cost housing kind of themes are emerging. And I think there are few companies which are very strong and with execution capabilities, ready to take advantage of this kind of emerging opportunities. So Anantraj is one among them.
Okay, so Anantraj is the stock that Porinju has picked up. Let's go across to Amrish as well. Amrish, you've picked up Gabriel India.
Right. I'll possibly give you a small story as to why I started looking at Gabriel. I had a slip disc about 5-6 months back and ended up spending a huge amount on the orthopedic surgeon. One of the reasons for this was the bad conditions of Indian roads, and especially in Mumbai. I mean, what I could have done possibly, I surely can't repair the roads, but what I could have possibly done was replace the shock absorbers for my vehicle on a regular basis. That's how I started looking at some of the companies in this sector, and I found that Gabriel is the leader. I mean, they have about 22% market share of two-wheelers, 30% of, passenger cars, 70% of CVs, and still no one was really looking at this, at this company. The growth has been decent over the past couple of years, and going ahead with the replacement market, which should boom, looking at the condition of the roads. And they have nearly 2,000 dealers, nearly 30,000 outlets. So looking at all this, looking at the performance, which I expect it should be about 7-8 rupees possibly in FY17. Quoting at about 11-12 times. I don't think one can go wrong at these levels, looking at the sort of a boom which we should see in the auto sector. So at the current level, this is my pick.
Okay, Mr. Hussain, Hydro S&S, this is an interesting story. We've been hearing a lot about it, but what is the real picture behind it, and what kind of price targets would you have on this one?
See, Anuj, first let's not misunderstand with the name Hydro S&S. This is a company owned by the Chinese Kingfa Science and Technology Limited, and they are now changing the name of this company to Kingfa Science and Technology India Limited. That has been approved by the board. And they are making the high quality reinforced polypropylene auto components. In fact, this is a metal substitute, and we all know that all the metal parts in the cars are getting replaced with the plastic or maybe with the polymers for the weight or for the better average and all that. This company has 4 plants at Pune, Gurgaon, Pondicherry and Tamil Nadu. So they are catering to practically to all, and each plant has a capacity of 10,000 tons. With Puducherry plant at 5,000 tons, so aggregate capacity of 35,000 tons. If you see the parent, that is a Chinese company, they have a capacity of 160,000 tons, 160,000 tons, and now they have decided to shift make this company as an export hub also. And what I have gathered from the company management also, that the capacity of 35,000 tons will eventually get increased to 140,000 tons in next 4 years. What the company had all along, they had the losses and all that, but company by recent rights issue at 270 rupees with rights issue of 100 crore, they made this company totally debt free. And I'm expecting that FY16 probably, it's a very high margin product. And company probably, and it's a very, very closely guarded technology which nobody in the world has that. So because of that, so FY16 probably will be having an EPS of closer to 18 to 20, while FY17 can be seen to have an EPS of 30 rupees. So going forward, then the growth plan which the company has, because future expansions can all come with the company's internal accrual. And the kind of commitment which these promoters or the Chinese promoters, you very rarely get to see the Chinese promoter as a promoter. In fact, in the China also, you can't make investments in all these companies. So taking, in fact, this was the stock I recommended about maybe a couple of months back on our channel. And since then it has risen by 150 to 200. But still at 570, I think that stock can move to 850 in 2016. And I won't be ambitious to say that it can move to 2000 in next 3 years as well.
But thank you, gentlemen, for taking the time out. And thank you, you wonderful audience. It was a great time. We've completely run out of time, but I hope you guys had fun.